Hey friends, this is Silver from Phoenix Studio Productions, and we are here for another episode of Let's Play Alan Wake. Last time, we encountered the kidnapper, who did not have our wife, and who was then taken by the darkness.
On Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
So let's watch this cutscene.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
Wow. This is getting so twisted.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus. There were only empty sheets of paper here. No manuscript pages.
Am I back in the cabin? That didn't exist? Everything's all blurry.
The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Why, right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused.
What is happening?
I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Well?
This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip. Except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
Wow. It's like I'm playing The Darkness 2 all over again. Mental hospitals. Crazy stuff happening.
Now,
and,
Alan,
you know,
past
darkness.
experience with you, I know I need to get right
It's an
into the
awfully
heart
big
of the
elevator.
matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to
What
be
in the
lying.
world?
But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Usually I would agree with you, but having experienced all of it, it's a large sundial, sir.
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring.
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake.
Very foggy.
I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman obviously loved his own voice. His words echoed madly inside my head.
But I
I dug my nails into the palms of my hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery.
Things locked. I let him
Come
talk,
along.
but I didn't listen.
Let's go inside.
Oh, he backhands doors too.
Here's the entrance to the office
Hi.
wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Bison and moose.
Scary, scary,
Oh,
scary.
Aw, you killed a cougar. Oh, who are you?
Emerson.
I'm a real bad dream,
You look like a
mister. You
rat.
should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you
talking to
can't
me?
just decide what kind of dream you
looking
have
at
or when
him.
you have it.
Emerson,
Okay, sorry. Boo.
I'd like to punch you.
that's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on video
Elbow
games.
strike.
It's
Ooh, yeah.
trash, of course, but it does involve some
Get 'em to the head.
small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Video games are trash, huh? Irony.
Come, Alan, this way. Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a
It's a
part
Meow
of the
Mix
therapy.
song, isn't it?
As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
No, it's not. Just realized how dumb that made me sound. What am I supposed to read? I want to read something. Periods of creativity. The flow.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh,
Hey!
what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the
Rockers.
earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Tor. They had a... How should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old
Odin
Gods
and
of
Thor?
Asgard. They even adopted
of
new
Thor?
first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They
Yep.
are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'd like to bash
So were all of
his
the
head
videos
with a
recorded while I
hammer.
was
Oh,
in
he'd
my
love
room
to
in this?
fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
What am I?
My head was
babies?
clearing up,
Guessing.
or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom, got any booze on you?
Night's brains.
Yeah, no. Sorry, guys.
The crazy,
Special stuff at the farm. Our own formula. Local ingredients. Medicine clears your head right up.
crazy TV show. Okay. Go.
Moonbeams on the brain.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He, too, had a way with words.
Great. Let's go back to our room.
Yeah, good thing he's not overreacting.
Coffee.
I'll do that, Birch.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor
Looks a
Dr.
little
Hartman
different
and
in
give
that
the
picture.
writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Thanks. I'm glad you told me, because I couldn't read that sign. It said patient.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
I am absolutely going crazy. There's no doubt about that. Whether it's this part that's the craziness, or...
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Kick it. Backhand it. Do something. Fine.